That's why the camera burned out the other day. The fucking heaters were aimed right at the camera. I didn't even realize that. The kids must have been fucking around or something. Cool. Fucking amazing, man. Put the other window up so no one hears me swearing. But it was amazing this morning. I had the camera set up in the yard. Those videos are uploading now. And everything I'm trying to show you guys who are coming to my channel, the 2 or 3 of you, I think there's only like 3 of you right now that are actually watching what I'm doing here. And I'm not trying to show you pretty clouds, pretty trees. It's not the beauty in the moon. Even though those things are beautiful, I'm not saying they're not. But take a human construct out of them and stop thinking of them that way and use them to spot the imagery and heavily investigate the imagery for a little while so that you can see the triangular shapes that I'm calling the builders, the 6 triangular shapes that I found a couple years ago. And they build everything all the time. It's like living in a screen, like living in a TV screen or in a computer screen, you know. In the old days, they used to use the tubes, those glass tubes. Nowadays, they use microchips. And they get all the carbon packed into these little magic tubes and chips. They're like magic. And that's what we're looking at here. That's what I'm trying to show you anyway. I'm not that good at it. I get frustrated because people don't want to look. I mean, if you're not seeing what I'm trying to show you, today's a fucking banging day for showing the imagery to you and the clouds, you know. And I'm trying to bring the moon in real fast at the same time as the clouds because I don't want people to get confused and think it's some kind of government conspiracy. That's not what it is. It's a human conspiracy. It's a human conspiracy. All the humans refuse to look. They deny it. It's all around us. You can see it everywhere. from microscopic level all the way up to telescopic level. You can see it. So that's what I'm trying to do by adding some contrast. These are cheap little camera phones. They're nothing special. They die on me all the time. But today the way the clouds are, you're getting a lot of different colors, more contrast. I really don't even need the filters today. I'm not using them. The filters will cut down on clarity when I'm trying to show this to you guys. Sometimes I need them if I'm going at trees, then I need, the green trees, that is, then I need to use colored filters to add some contrast. So usually the red or the yellow. It's amazing though. It's fucking amazing shit. It really is. I mean, all the imagery. It's right now. I'm not talking a lot either, so you might be catching one large image or another large. Once you realize that you can go in deeper and deeper, and that it's actually hundreds of thousands of images in every frame. Every frame, I can keep pause, and and do videos on every frame. That's why it takes so long to do the videos, really, to go through them all. I never make it through them all. But it's all around us. The whole show is right here. It's all around you, me, everywhere, all the time, at the same time. And the evidence for it is all around us. Now, I'm supposed to be going into a new series that I was going to do 100 parts about the Metellus, but I don't know, man. Doesn't seem like anybody really has any interest in that. I already hit up a lot of that on my other channels, so maybe I won't bother with that here on this channel. I don't know, we'll see what happens. I'm still a week away or so from starting this series anyway. I'm just testing out this equipment that I have. Computers, screens, and monitors that are smaller pixels, more pixels and smaller pixels, that kind of thing. Different angle of the windshield, different camera mounts for the car, different camera mounts for the house. Everything with the telescope pretty much stayed the same. I will try to get some rain again too, because it's starting to sprinkle out now. Made me think of it. So the imagery, anyways, if nobody's watched any of my old videos and you're new to the channel, you'll hear me saying a lot over and over again, because I'd like to be challenged on it even. I don't care. Feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast. That's over and over and over. It's faces only. There is no body imagery, keeping in mind that I have seen body imagery, but I don't, even in the moon, especially in the moon, because the moon, imagery in the moon never changes, so it's easy to identify, lock onto, and then go back and forth to it all the time. Where clouds rolling by, you're never going to see that image again. Chances are, anyways. That exact image. But the images are feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast, over and over and over and over and over again. Everywhere. Everywhere. When I went to the water, I thought the builders would be in circular shapes, and the fish would be in the imagery, or the ocean life would be in the imagery. Nope. It's still the same. Triangular builders, building feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast over and over and over again. I would love to know why that is. I have some guesses, but they're just guesses. Yeah, so anyways, I had my old man was over and my uncle and stuff. And the camera was in the yard. That's why I started off with this. And the camera was set up in the yard. And I went and shut it off. He's already had some time on it. And talking to him about some shit. And can't talk to anybody about anything. As soon as I hear the politics or any of the shit that's going on in it's all bullshit. It's all lies. And yet they're gonna deny me what I'm showing you here in these clouds. That it's image within image within. I can show it to anyone, any of them. I've tried. I've tried to show it to everybody I know. And the people that I was lucky enough to get to look will never look again. They're too afraid. They're just too afraid. They know what this means. And I accuse them of all of that. I accuse everybody of that. And I'm going to stick to that. There's no other reason. There's no other reason. If it was a video game and I was showing you a video game, say, hey, look at the imagery that's in this video game. It's all in the background. I noticed it. You'd be all for it. You'd look at it. You'd study it. You'd learn all the images that were going by in the background. You know, you'd say, wow, that's pretty cool. They don't, or if it was an old movie, you know, look at all the movies that are out there. They say, like, what is it? The 3 Men and a Baby one, where they say there's a ghost in the upstairs window. It's a cardboard cutout or something or some shit. And they say it's a ghost and everything. And everybody goes and looks and tries to find the ghost. And they really look and they study it. And they, you know, nope, not this, right? Then you got your meteorologists and your weathermen and shit like that. Tell them about this, what I'm showing you here, and even in the clouds, because that should interest them. Try to talk geoengineering to them about it. They don't fucking know what the fuck they're talking about. They're so full of shit. They all got educated. And the education really fucked us all up. It really did. Little bits and pieces and particles of fucking truth here and there don't constitute real true education. It's just indoctrination of the lies. And when I say that to my family, of course, they'll try to say it before me because they know it's going to come out of my mouth. So they'll try to get it out before I do, like you did today. And it's just funny to me that they won't look at these things. They won't look at this, the real true system. Because then you have to say they're going to try to use science against you too, you know. They'll base everything on science. Science is a fucking joke. This is what we call science. I don't care what science it is. It's a fucking joke. When they were here yesterday, we were talking about, you know, the education system and stuff and being all fucked up. They don't even realize that it's purposeful. And it's been purposeful all along since the beginning of what we call philosophical education from 2,000, 3,000 years ago, what the Greeks started out as education in ancient Greece. That was to indoctrinate and to brainwash the population. That's all it was. And it works. It works great. Because it's all around you, and yet you won't look. You'll refuse to look. Everybody does. I don't have anybody I don't know that really wants to look at the imagery and see it for what it is. They won't even look long enough. Or they'll catch one or something like that and say, oh, it's a coincidence. Or someone else might say it's a government conspiracy. Someone else will say it's a matrix. Someone else will say it's a sign from God. Someone else will say, you know, they'll say things like that, seeing one. But then if you say, well, just look for a little while. It's image within image within image. I got the camera set up so it's rolling by your eyes. You just have to stare at the fucking screen. Whatever your eyes catch, by the time you're done with a 15, 20-minute video, your eyes just picked up consciously hundreds of images, subconsciously hundreds of thousands of images. So, I mean, what's not to like about it, man? Just let's get to fucking reality, you know?
What time do they start coming out?
3 o'clock usually? Is it after 3 already?
I don't know. I'm like, oh, I parked in the parking lot. Really smart.
3:02. I know. Did you already get blocked into?
Yeah, it's fine. It's nice to sit and just relax.
Yeah, I know. There's no masks. No masks.
It's nice. You can breathe.
I know. The fuck was I saying now? Oh yeah, I'm a douchebag. douchebags in my life. So they'll deny it, and then they'll come up with all this shit that Trump's doing and all this. They wanted to talk Corona. I tried explaining to them, like I do all the time, the Corona. Doctors have a hard time understanding this. Nurses, they don't agree with it. I'm telling you, man, I'm fucking watching it happen. I'm seeing it. You can prove it. I can prove it with coconut oil about the Metellus. The Metellus accounts for almost every fucking. I can prove almost every ailment. I believe it's every ailment that's known to us. Some of the ailments are the Metellus themselves. Others are the shit. Some are shitters. Some are not. And the shitters are causing the what we call decay in certain parts of our bodies. But there's a lot of different Metellus, and when there's a nanometellus, people cannot see them, so they have no appreciation for them, and that includes the medical industry. So I'm trying to tell my father and my uncle about this shit. No way, they're trying to change the subject, get back to talking about nothing, about what Trump so-and-so did and everything. I said, look, listen to your story. Okay, Trump went to the hospital. It was nothing major, but he went to the hospital just to be safe. Okay, that contradicts what they're telling us to do in the press. Because they say if you're showing symptoms, you should go and isolate yourself. You should go home and isolate yourself. Don't go to a fucking busy ass hospital and spread your corona to everybody else. Not unless you need to be in the hospital, should you be going to the hospital. That's what they've been drilling into our heads for 8 months, a year. But now all of a sudden, I mean, isn't that a little bit drama queenish? That's what I was asking my father. I said, isn't that like being like a little bit of a drama queen, don't you think? Your boy Trump fucking goes and does something like that? I mean, they argue on all sides. They're all full of shit. So to pick the Republicans or the Democrats or the liberal douchebags or any of they're all fucking full of shit. And it's amazing that they all go along with it all. I'm giving you shit right here. You can prove for yourself, see for yourself. Evidence is there for you to all see. You refuse it and go turn on the television, open a newspaper, turn on the computer, open a tablet, turn on a cell phone, watch all this bullshit that you cannot see for yourself. It's a choice. You can see it or you can deny it. People, even when I force it on people, they still have an easy time denying it. So. So anyway, we were talking about the corona and everything, and they got such a fucking twisted view of it all. Everyone's walking around wearing the masks, right? Right, then you got a certain small group of people who are against it, but yet they still got to follow the laws, otherwise they'll get in trouble. So they know that. And then there's other people who say they're doing it just out of respect for others. And the whole thing is why don't you all get together, realize that, come on, they plastered this shit all over every channel, every newspaper, everything. This whole corona shit has gone way out of fucking hand. And they do this all the time. Sometimes they'll do it with a war, and they do these fake ass war things. People really die, they're real wars, but I'm saying all the reasoning behind them and all the people getting behind the war and going after. Take 9/11 for example. I was telling them. Okay, so just you can go any war you can do this with. World War II, we did the same fucking thing. It's all about the money and fame and makes heroes out of everybody, and it's ridiculous. But anyways, use the closest one, or at least the closest big one, 9/11. So they tell us that these planes flew into the towers, killed 3,000 people or more, and all this shit. None of it made sense. We were all flabbergasted by it at first, but then after thinking about it a while, and then the conspiracy channels came out about it and everything, and it makes you scratch your head and think, and you say, that's true. It doesn't make any fucking sense. I mean, the buildings fell at free fall speed. I should be able to, crash 10 fucking planes that size into the building. It's never going to fall at free fall speed straight down. It'll bend over and fucking fall over a week or two of burning, and it would have to be searing fucking fire all the way down the building. Not what I seen happen. You know, that's not what. So right away there, you can stop it right there. You know, and say no. That obviously the story was bullshit. But no, we can't. That's not good enough. We have to argue, debate, all this shit, lies, licenses found, and this and that, and camera tricks, and can't show this, and all the other planes that flew into stuff are all secretive, and lies get found out, and motors on the fucking, airplane engine, jet engine. I mean, remember the Bolin jet engine was found and all this shit. Okay, so you go through all that, and then they tell you who did it. Well, we found all their IDs and we tracked them all down, and it's 11 Saudi Arabians and a couple of Afghanistans or whatever they claim. So between all those IDs, and they pegged it all on Osama bin Laden. So we're going to find bin Laden and we're going to kill bin Laden. That'll make everybody feel better. Next thing you know, everybody's going off to war happily, gladly, going off to war. Where are they going? Iraq. Iraq and Afghanistan. That made no fucking sense, man. No fucking sense. But no, anybody ask? Nope. Nope. Gotta get them. Gotta get them. Unbelievable. You know, we did it again. You go back in history, we had times where, look at parts of Europe, and we were not any much better here. I always like talking about the nuclear Holocaust scare, and then the A-bomb scare. And they used to tell everybody through them times, during those times, they'd say, okay, if you're at school, you're going to get under your desk. What the fuck is getting under your desk going to do other than put everybody in a panic and make them wonder why they're sitting under their fucking desk? Right? It doesn't make any sense. It's an A-bomb. If an A-bomb lands on you, you're fucked. So if you really got an A-bomb scare and you got 10, 15 minutes, then why not go home and be with your family? What's going on? Your bag's too heavy. That's why it's part of the trick. It's part of the scam. Then they'll get you to what do you call it? Get a computer. Everybody will be computerized because they load you up with all these books. They say, oh, the poor kids, their backs are fucking killing them. We got to give them computer books. And this way you can get 10 million pages on a little chip. Oh, the poor kids. Poor kids.
When they get mad, don't they ever think that you're recording them?
Nah, because it's faced up at the sky. So somebody walks right in front of the car like that lady did before, but she didn't seem to mind. She was posing.
Why?
Some people get happier on cameras and they pose. You do, right? When someone goes to take your picture, you pose.
Sure, I do this.
Yep, you got your
Signature.
little pose.
My
Yeah.
signature pose.
And then if it's a video, you'll floss.
What? Ew. Ew.
Yeah, you do the floss.
Ooh. Who does that?
You do the floss.
This?
Yeah, whatever that thing is you do.
Ooh. Or this?
Pee Wee Herman did it. And it was a big thing when Pee Wee did it. And then after that,
Fortnite took it. Then Fortnite made it.
see you Monday. I know. See you Monday.
No.
Yeah. Today's Tuesday, isn't it?
Monday.
Yeah.
Columbus Day.
Oh, that's right.
See
They're giving you that day off when you got all these other days off.
you. They're all gonna be like silly.
Oh, well, she didn't say nothing, so maybe she's planning on coming in. You guys are thinking you're taking it off.
Every single teacher has told me. No, we have those days off to like we did
Well,
the homework.
she should have yelled, Columbus Day, asshole. And then I feel better. Right now, I
Well,
can't
that would
believe
make you
this
feel bad.
I can't take your... No, it wouldn't. I wouldn't care. You just gotta take your word on it. It's Columbus Day.
Yeah, I know what to go to school next week. It's the best. Speaking of school.
Don't forget your Columbus Day presents are coming too. The Columbus Day fairy will be coming.
Columbus Day. The fairy was cold.
And they have not turned on the school lights for the 3 o'clock pickup. So what's with that?
I did
Why?
forget something.
Huh?
I did forget something.
What'd you forget?
The homework?
So you got to go back for it?
No.
Well, just get it online.
No, I forgot it over there on my desk.
Oh, Mom said you forgot something. And I said he had over an hour to get ready. I sent him an house 3 times. He was even out here washing the house saying that he had all this extra time.
I did.
Yeah, you did. Then you forgot your mask, you forgot your homework. Those are all the shit that I was talking about. Should have put all that. Oh, yeah.
I would have forgotten it if it wasn't for Corona.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the Corona memory.
I would have only lost one thing.
You got the Mama Kona brain.
But they gave us 2 homeworks. I'm not using 2 pages of homework. Put it on 1 page, and then I'm good.
Yeah. I wonder what the hell they're doing down our street.
We're still giving this homework at all. You know, it took me forever to realize that I'm not mom. It took me forever. It took me like for like 5 years. I still haven't noticed. Now I know. But that's actually a raccoon. Oh, and that helmet that you gave me, the back of it was really tight. And now the back of my head is like rough. Whenever I do this,
It's weird.
try to wiggle my ears. That's my back of my head. Because I was wearing it for a while. It was like squishing. Whose car is that? Whose car is that? Oh,
Oh, it's Auntie Maureen's. I'm doing some work on it for her.
Auntie Maureen? Who's that?
Yeah.
That's Jen?
No. Auntie Maureen.
What's that?
Matthew's mom. Matt and Samantha's mom.
She drove here?
No, Judge brought it up.
How did you get back there?
Uncle Stevie gave him a ride home. We had it all planned out, even without your opinion.
Can
Imagine
you help me with my backpack? It tastes it's like
doesn't taste good.
it's heavy as a. I'm not lying. It's probably lighter than a brick. No, there was a joke on. There was a joke on the show.